Hello. Hello. How are you? How's everybody doing? Well, today I'm making some ornaments. Yeah, I'm going to make some ornaments. And so I am using these rings, but you can use, those metal lock rings. If you have those, you can use those. No problem. Let me get rid of this thing because if I don't get rid of it, it's going to... Okay. If I don't get rid of it, it's going to keep going off. Okay. So, we're going to use some lace. These rings or lock rings, if that's what you have. If you're using these plastic ones, I went out to my toolbox and got like a real tool. This is a tin snip, and it's designed for cutting metal, and so it cuts through these like butter, just like butter, right through them, no problem. They also look like this. I know, looks like something you could do some severe damage with, and you can. Let's see, what else? Oh, you might want a needle and thread. That's a possible. You're going to want to make a hanger for this, so you're probably going to want some baker's twine, whatever color you got. You could use hemp, of course, if you have hemp. That works too. Or jute. And some ribbons to make bows or pre-made bows, if you have pre-made bows. I have some pre-made bows, I think. It might be cool for this. Let's see. Not on this side. They're probably in the other case, because that's the way it works around here. It's always in the other case. Yep, here's some bows. So, I like these little gingham ones. So let's get a couple of those out. Here's a nice big red one. Dark green. Gotta have dark green, right? Here's another gingham. Those are cool. I don't know. It's kind of more blue than green. Here's a green one. And here's a burgundy one. Okay, so I got some bows. Okay. And so they look like this when you're done. So this is actually made from this piece here. And let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, about 10 inches of your ribbon is what you'll need. We're going to do one out of this. It's pretty. Now, I find that if you cut this in half, I know normally we cut the other way, but if you cut that in half and then come down to about 10 inches, give or take, cut that one in half. That's going to make it easier to do this, and that's a piece I can put in a book. So now that's a journal piece right there. Yeah, because that would be cute on a pocket or something. All right. Put this away. All right, so let's do the thing. Hello, 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 and welcome to Bemis Crafty Corner. I am Bima, better known as Els. And tonight we are making Christmas ornaments. All right. So, lace, rings, either this kind of curtain ring or, and you can get these at Hobby Lobby. They're $1.79, and you get 20 of them. So, inexpensive. A pair of tin snips or really strong scissors, needle and thread, some tape. Doesn't have to be, it can be washi tape. Some string, some bows, scissors to cut your lace, and I think that's everything. Okay? Hey, Gypsy, what's up, girl? All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to use this piece. Oh, I'm blaming this on Rose. Yeah, she made me use lace, do pretty stuff. So now I'm like, I got to play with it now. So I have here about 10 and a half inches of lace. I've cut through the major piece because I want the points to come together so it looks seamless. And then we're going to get one of these out. And we'll throw some on the floor because that's what we do, right? Harry's been here. I can tell because all my glue bottles are pushed over. So these are 1 1/8 inch. So you can use your 1-inch metal pieces if you've got those, the locking rings. All right. So we're going to cut this open, which is why I said you can use the locking ones. So I'm going to cut that open, and I'm actually going to cut a little piece out. See? Cut a little piece out. So now you put this in your nose. I'm not kidding. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this onto my lace. And I want some of this to be inside. So I'm going to thread through these loops.
Bless you.
Bless you. And I'm going to put it all on one side of my ring. So to make this, so you guys can understand. So you come up through one, and then on the other side, you're going to go down. Because you want to keep the lace going in the same direction. And then the lace that you use is going to determine actually how much you need, because some laces are bulkier than others. And we're going to try and get as much of this on here as we can. So some laces you may not need 10 inches, you may only need 5 or 6. So you have to kind of figure it out. 10 is a pretty good starting point. Bottom. And I think I'm probably going to go like at least one more. Maybe 2. You want this to lay flat, not too scrunched. We're going to go through this one. All right. So now I'm going to cut this one in half. And so that gives me, I've got about 4 inches left. So this one's probably about 6 inches for this lace. Okay. So now I'm going to put a little piece of tape on here. This is washi tape. It's just white washi tape. You can use whatever kind of tape you want. Put a Band-Aid on it. I don't care. It's just to keep it from coming back through. And then I'm going to move this around. Oops, I missed a piece. Hold on, I'm going to take my tape off. I have to take off my tape because I missed a piece of my lace right there. Hold on. Okay. There. And it's going to have to go back down through here. It's going to be a pain in the butt. Here we go. All right, I got it on there. All right. A piece of tape. Okay, a piece of tape. You could use masking tape if that's what you got. Use, regular clear tape if that's what you have. I just happen to have white masking tape, white washi tape. All right. So now we're pulling the ends back. And that gives us that one that's busted. And that's where the thread comes in. We're going to sew a little bit. Let me get these out of the way. Ugh, killer things. Use whatever color thread works with your piece. You don't have to do these in white. I do them in white because they look like snowflakes. But you don't have to. You can do them in any color you want. I am cheating. That is a big-eyed needle. Because my blind butt can't see it. So tie knot. Let's actually get the knot this time. Woohoo! I did it. And then I like to start at the base. Down here. To stitch these together. And it doesn't matter how you do this. If you're not a sewer, that's okay. Because some people don't know how to sew. I don't know what their parents did, but they don't know how. Okay, just a couple of stitches just to pull these two parts together. See what that did. There we go. It's kind of weird to do this when you can't see. And I'm blind as a bat. one. This one. And get this top piece together. Here. Right there. Over like that. And this little piece right here. That. Okay, tie it off. I'm going to get rid of the thread. I have this little poke thing sticking out here. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so now I have that. See, it's pretty. It looks like a snowflake, right? So now we need to give it something to hang off the tree. For that, I just take about 6 inches, 8 inches of baker's twine. And I'm going to find that top piece. And I'm going to go like next to it. Right here. I'm going to go around my plastic piece. I cheat. I have this little hook. This little hooky do. This is actually a sewing notion. And it is designed for like pulling the elastic through the waistband. I just took the catch off of it. It's about $3-4 at Hobby Lobby. Okay. So now I have a hanger on it. It's on the back, by the way. If you don't have one of those, dental floss sticks, these things. Let me grab one. You don't buy these at they call them needle threaders, but don't buy these from and it looks like this. Don't buy these in the hobby shop. Buy these at the store, and you can just feed that under there, put your thread in, and pull it through, and it'll go exactly the same. Okay, yes, they smell like mint, but that's okay. So yummy. Okay. All right, so I have my ornament, and I want to put a bow on it. Now, you can use whatever kind of adhesive you want for your bow. I think I'm going to use hot glue, so let me get my hot glue gun in and get it warmed up, because I forgot to turn it on. So we'll let it warm up. I know, I have the hot glue from hell here. How you doing, Miss Gypsy? Hello, lurker. Whoever you may be. So I like to use the lace that has these, like, points on it. You don't have to. You can use whatever kind of lace you want. We'll do one with regular lace. But you do want the lace to be, somewhat wide. So let's see, what do we got that we can do this with? I want something that doesn't have a point, per se. But it has to be wide. Okay.
Hey, Daniel, this is Mike with Cox Business Support calling on a recorded line. How you doing today, kind sir?
We'll try.
Oh, it's another fun-filled day, man. I'm telling you, yeehaw, all kinds of fun. So, yeah, something like
Yeah, I
that.
know, right?
So, hey,
The older
buddy,
we get, the more
I got
problems
your
we develop.
internal ticket number here, INC 121899616. Great. Which address is it? I've got two of them. One's on 6th Avenue and one's on Osborne. What is this?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I got 6602 West Osborne.
I don't want to do gray. Okay, so we're starting to get some glue. So we'll put some hot glue on the back.
You still want to send the guys to the wrong place, you know? Nothing worse than back and forth, trying to figure out where it's supposed to be.
And you just glue on the bow, and there it is. You look at these, so pretty. And you can hang it on the tree. Now, if you don't like these strings, then do it the other way. I like the strings. I think, I think it makes it look more authentic. But, that's a little, it's simple to do. Probably the hardest part of this is making the bows. And I have to be honest, somebody asked me about that. So I'm going to actually do a video where I show you how to do the bows. So we're going to try one with this. I've never tried it with flat lace, that doesn't have like the points. But, this one doesn't really have points so much, but it's very flat. So we're going to try this one. And I'm thinking...
Huh.
My fabric scissors here. Okay. So take a piece of that off.
My guys are probably going to want to head to the radio to check the dark fiber,
And
so that's...
I don't know how much of this we're going to use. So we're going to go just the other side of the center on this one.
6450 West Osborne, Phoenix 85033.
And I'm going to grab one of these. I could probably get the one I threw on.
Awesome. In that case, I'll put that in here. Hopefully they show up at the right place. Are there any access codes?
And then I'm going to get out my big, mean, nasty
or is it
tool
out
here.
Open?
Cut just about 1/8 of an inch out of there. Not much, just, enough to be able to work. It's not a lot. Okay. Now, let me grab my Singer scissors real quick because they'll cut this part. This little thing, there we go. I've had this pair of scissors forever, and they are monster. Cut through just about anything. All right, so now I have to figure out where I'm going to go with this. All right, so let's go like
out the open or something.
Here. I don't know if this is going to work.
Probably from a pole or something. Yeah.
Let's see.
I've seen that before, so. I mean, that way,
Here.
that's why I say, is it out in the open or, probably hanging off a pole or something. All right. Okay, fantastic, Daniel. I really appreciate the assistance in this matter. And you, kind sir, have yourself a fantastic evening. If you want to notate that I'm sending this on over to our vendor to get that dark fiber checked out, that'd be fantastic as well.
Okay.
All right,
I gotta go in through
thanks a
the
lot.
thing there.
I appreciate
So
it.
I'm
You
gonna
guys have yourself
get a sharp
fantastic
pair of
evening.
tiny scissors.
All right, thank
And
you.
I'm gonna
Bye-bye.
cut these 2 threads because I can't get past them. We're gonna cut them in every one of these holes. You have to find a hole in the lace that works, you know? And this seems to be the only hole. So that's where we're gonna go. I don't know if this one's gonna work, but we're gonna try it. I've never used this particular lace to do this. There and here. Did I get that? Yeah, okay. All right. Let's do this. Down. Up. Back down. Back up. Up. Sorry, I always forget, you know, camera. There we go. And then this one goes down. This one goes up. All right, it's gonna work. But I'm gonna change where I'm cutting this. We're gonna cut this on the down. Usually I say cut it on the up, but we're gonna cut it on the down because that's the way it's gonna fit together. Okay. I don't know if this is enough lace, but we're gonna hope for the best. All right. Okay. And we're gonna move the lace around. I may have to take one of these off. See, not all lace works. This lace is not going to really work for this, but we're going to try it. Okay. We're going to sew it, try it, and see if we can get it to function. In the meantime, I'm making balloon animals over here with my glue. This is a new hot glue gun, and it wastes a lot of hot glue. Yeah. Not my favorite toy. It's a good thing Christmas is coming. Okay.
No, it's not.
I have Bug and Miss Brittany this weekend. She wanted to come over. She's like, "Can I come to your house?" I'm like, when can't you? Of course you can. And Grandma, this is your house too. I think tomorrow I have to make baked macaroni and cheese because Buggy wants baked macaroni and cheese.
It's my leg. You just went.
One more. See, that hole may have been too deep in there. We'll find out. Okay. Let's tie this off. Got that. Yeah, this doesn't work so good. It no worky too good, but it's okay because I can figure it out. Watch this. Hot glue, glue it down. Hot glue, glue it down. Hot glue. See, you learn stuff. Glue it down. Don't burn your fingers, stupid. Okay, this one here. Let's get in there. Glue. And glue it down. Okay. So we'll glue that one down. So we'll put a big bow on it. Right on the middle. We'll put a hanger on here. All right. It's not perfect. It's not too bad. Okay. So we're going to go through. Here. But I'm fighting with it. There. Here.
See, and for those of you that were here this morning, I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet.
Oh my God.
Yay.
All right. Got that through. Put this through the loopy. Okay. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, let's finish this one up because I didn't finish it. Let's finish it. All right. So I'm going to need some thread. Where did I put that? Only I could sit here just like this and lose a spool of thread. Here it is. Seriously, like, how do I do that? Okay, so we're gonna finish this one.
I got this ball right here. Over here. Circle around.
Bug, you kids come say hello. Michelle's here. Hi, Miss Michelle. She's not feeling good today.
Hi.
Say hi, Britt.
Did you get your
Hello.
interrupt the live? Has he gotten his hello?
No, we're not letting him on the desk right now. I've got all kinds of lace and stuff. Okay, yeah.
I like lace.
I like lace. Lace is good.
Lace is beautiful.
Hey, you know what? You're here. You're going to be here through Sunday, right?
Yeah, I think.
Hey, Bug, remind me to go to Dollar Tree tomorrow. I got to get a thing because I need to use Brittany.
What do you need to use Renee?
Because you have the smallest hand,
True.
and I need a hand thing.
I have some chubby
Okay,
hands.
hello?
Lots of chubby hands.
I like your little chubby
Well,
hand.
Lily might be coming over. Give it a try, Brett.
Did you try for that? She
the pumpkin cake thing.
she'd probably be here already if she was coming over this
I
weekend.
just asked recently.
Yeah, but she's probably already at her mom's.
I haven't gotten a reply, so
Okay.
I still want Subway now.
Oh my god.
My brain just snapped to sandwiches. I was like, Subway or Pollo Sub sounds amazing right now.
It's probably a good thing for you that Subway is open 24/7.
Right, good. Come on.
Lilibet is with probably with her mom. She spends the weekends at her mother's.
How do you like it?
Unless her mother has, abandoned her and run away, in which case then, she's usually over here or over at Auntie Alex's house. 'Cause she likes to go over to Auntie Alex's and Uncle Dante's. She likes her Uncle Dante. He's like, if you've heard me talk about my son-in-law, he's a giant biker. And yeah, my daughter, her dad's a biker. And her mom is attracted to bikers, which is really weird because Mike's not really a biker. I liked the bad boys, what can I say? And yeah, so she really likes her Uncle Dante. That's like that's her thing. She loves him, and that's her Uncle Bubba. And so she's goes over to her auntie's house all the time, so she gets to hang out with her uncle. So she's either usually here or she's at my daughter's when her mom's off on one of her tangents. I'm just saying, if everywhere you go there's a problem, it might be you, Sometimes Lily watches. All right, so now that is done. You get that cut. Ooh, I just threw that thing on the floor. All right. And I'm going to cut off this little extra piece here at the end because it's funky. There we go. Get this out of the way. Okay, that was not my smartest move, grabbing a hot glue ball. All right, hanger. We're making snowflake ornaments out of lace. I know Rose should be here, right? I'm abusing lace. Okay. It fell on the floor. My hooky fell on the floor. Okay. All right. Let's grab that. Let's try and bring it back through. The reason that little piece is on there that I took off is to keep it from catching on things. And of course, I take it off and it catches on everything. So let's do this the smart way and use the dental picks. All right.
You can't do that on different levels.
I'm going to get this to work. It's ticking me off. There. Feed that through. Put it up. What you do? Nice and even. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. 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 I put that on the wrong side. Dippy doo. Put it on the back. I put it on the front. Turn it over, Dippy. That's probably why I couldn't get it through there. Harry, what are you doing? Yeah. Okay. Now it's on the right part. There we go. All right. Get you out of the way. This needs a bow. Let's do one of these little gingham ones. Ooh. Oh, sure. Put a bow on there. Not bad for dollar store lace. And I'm burning the crap out of my fingers. Okay, we decided this lace does not work. It's too much. So we'll look at some other ones. I got some. I got a lot. I got a few laces. Okay. Oh no, that's antique. It's not the kind of lace you do this stuff with, that's for sure. I have more of this than any person should have. Is that the same? That's different. It's different. Oh. Here's a different one. Okay, we got two more. I can make two more. Yeah, this one's different. Look at that. It's very much different. Well, let's get a piece of this. All right. Let me try this one. Try anything once. Loop. My vicious tools. Do not get your fingers in the way of this thing, because this will cut off a finger. Not that I should have to tell anybody that, but y'all would be so surprised. All right, so now we figure out what we're going through. And I think I'm going to go here. Let's see. That is probably the one thing about this you have to figure out. That's how to do it. Oh, well, that went pretty natural. Very easy. Okay. Not a problem. Look at that. Oh, easy, easy, easy peasy. So you want to go through the front of the lace, the back of the lace, the front of the lace, the back of the lace, wherever you're going. because you want the lace to stay flat. 10 inches is a pretty good place to start as far as like how much lace you need to do this. You may need a little less, but I have never found one that I needed more. But I usually only use the bigger laces. So if we used a smaller lace, we may need more. I think I will actually go. Yep, I'm done. So I'm going to cut that off. Tape this. Again, do you have to tape it? No. Why do I tape it? So that the lace doesn't fall off or the string or, you know. This is washi tape. You can use masking, whatever. All right, so I'm going to bring this around. Snowflake, 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 snowflake. And then, that might still be a little bit too much, but I'm just going to put like one little stitch right here. I'm not going to stitch that. Obviously, I'm not going to stitch it together because it's not a half piece. It's like right at the edge of both of them. Okay, we're going to stitch this together. Right. Let me get this off of here. Such a mess. Okay. Nice and clean. Let's get a clean edge to stitch together. Right there. This might actually be too much. Okay. Cut this. Right there. This is not looking very snowflake-like. But again, we're just going to use our technique. So let me put the hanger on first. And then we'll do the glue thing.
Is it obvious? Like, I just got sent with the proton planet. You don't get the reference on that.
On the back.
Yeah, you want this flying to next. I guess we have unlocked the vehicles for slots for them because we have it on the plane.
Putting that there. Bringing it through. Loop it on our piece. Sorry. Okay. So now, because this doesn't want to lay down normal, what I do is I put a little bit of hot glue underneath these top ones and flatten them out. Get the hot glue flowing. Go. Burn your finger. Burn your finger. No, don't burn your finger. Try not to burn your finger anyway. Hold those down. See, it flattens it out. And then you can hide that with a nice big bow.
Okay.
Put some hot glue on there. We want our bow to be on the bottom. I don't use liquid starch. What I use is a product called Stiffy. Hold on, I'll go grab it. It's called Stiffy, and it's a fabric stiffener. What I do is I shake the living crap out of this stuff because it settles and separates. And then I'll put it in like a small bowl. And once they're done, if I'm going to put a stiffener on them before I add the bows, obviously I can't do it because I'm showing everybody, so I have to put the bows on.
Hi, Maria. This is
Um,
Mike.
I will put them in there
Calling on a recorded line. How you doing?
and then hang them and let them dry so that they
It's a fun
become
day
more
every day.
rigid.
Never the same thing twice, ever, honestly. You know, it's like,
But it's called
fun
Stiffy,
times at my hall. Hey,
and it's
I
from
got a new
Plaid
business one here.
Plaid
Is
Enterprises.
your internal ticket
And I
number
know you can still get it. I've seen it at Hobby Lobby. It says Stiffy right on it.
46.
All right, we're going to take a look at this. I don't know that this will work, but we're going to take a look at it and see if it might. No. And here's why. There's no place to put our hoop on this. This is one that you'd have to sew. And I love sewing as far as but the thing is when you sew these, they don't come out in this size. You know what I mean? Like you want this size. It's the size. Otherwise, it just looks like,
Our vendor went out. They saw that they needed equipment for you
a
guys.
pom-pom. What are those things? A yo-yo.
It's scheduled
you know.
for a pickup today, and that's what our vendor's last notation here was the type of schedule to pick up.
So that one will not work for our
I don't
purpose.
have any updates from them that they grabbed it or went out to fix
Stuff
it
like this doesn't
or
work
anything like that.
because
So
it's
I'm
got,
looking from you
you'd have
see
to
if
poke
you've
holes
got
in
any
it.
notes that equipment was picked up from our vendor or by it.
Ooh, pretty. I should have used that in the pink journal. We might add some of that in. I'm just going to put it over there.
Because I know you all ordered it, and then they told us it was ready, so on and so forth. So.
Now, these knitted laces do work. This is kind of a smaller lace. Let's take a look at that, see how that works. Let's see what it looks like. It's not going to be big like this.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. I think this is going to work. It's just not going to be very big. So we'll get like our 10 inches of these. Go right there.
Okay, so your next follow-up is pushed out to the 24th,
Okay.
right?
I'm going to take this part right there. Put this back in the box. Get in the box. Okay. I'm going to get a loop. These are fairly inexpensive. They're less than $2.
Well, it's usually your FOP.
If you don't happen to have a pair of tin snips of your own, your husband might have one. Steal his. Okay. down. Down.
This way.
Down. And you want to have probably, I don't know, like an inch between, each one of
Okay.
these. A little bit of space here.
The side. The desk.
The closer this is together, the harder it
All
is
right,
to actually
so
do.
you don't have it written
This may
down
not
whether they picked it up or not either. Okay. All right, so everyone's still guessing whether they're picking this up. Okay. All right, great. All right, so why don't I do this? I'll take this ticket because you guys are not worried about it until Monday. I'm going to set our ticket to follow up with our vendor.
Got a little thing there. Let me get
And
those
hopefully they'll have something
killer
for us by
scissors
then,
of mine.
and we can update you at that. Okay.
Now that it's
Because it's like,
Not a problem. Hey, you've been
Let's
a
go.
great help on this
No.
too. You know, I don't. That way I know what your notes say. We can compare notes and work it out from there. That's the way it should be. You know. All right,
that's easy.
Maria, you've been a godsend. I really appreciate all your assistance in this matter, and you, ma'am, have yourself a fantastic weekend. Thank you. Bye bye.
Did we get it all worked out?
Certainly hope so. It's not my problem anyway.
I have faith in you, dear.
I don't think I needed to.
Brittany, are you crying?
No. That shiny thing.
Just check and make sure Buggy wasn't being mean to her. Okay. So this is not going to be as good as the others, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna put one more on here. No. Oop. At the time I get the right rhythm for this is when I go, yeah, that's enough. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off right here down the middle. That piece over there. He's never mini sweet. You don't know Buggy. He could be a little turd. All right, piece of washi tape. And I'm just using white washi tape because I don't want anything to show,
Get my ball.
Now I'm going to stitch these two together. Thread and needle. And it's just a couple of stitches because I just want to, I just want to close it up so it doesn't spin on there. Although I have to say this one's going to be, it's going to be a little sparse. Doesn't make it any less beautiful. It just makes it less goofy. Hey, what is going on here? My thread got all wonky. All right. One. Two. Trying to keep the thread from doing that. One more. Three. Three little stitches. Around the needle. Just like that. Right, one more. Getting that off. Getting a tie. Now, you can use, like I said, you could use this, but if you're putting a green bow on it, maybe you want to put a green string on it. I don't know. It's up to you. Okay. Needle threader thingy, which I just dropped in the bottom of the stupid, there, out of there. Okay. So that's where I stitched. So we're going to go right next to that. Tin thread. Pull thread through. Pull thread through. Drink. Okay, we'll get that out of the way. This needs a little teeny bow. So we got this little one. Teeny bow. Because it's a dainty little thing. Okay. There it is. It worked. I mean, it's not a big snowflake, but But you can make any size snowflake you want. I'm turning this sucker off because it is hotter than Hades. Again, I don't like it. I need a new one. I just bought this one and I don't like it. I've had it for 6 months. I hate it. I'm going to get a new one. Because, sometimes you just don't like stuff. I don't like it. Okay. I don't like it because it fills up and then it's got like a chamber. And so the glue has to go into the chamber first. But then it just sits here and drips. And there's nothing you can do to stop it from dripping because it wastes hot glue is what it does. This is all just waste. I mean, that's a lot of glue, to be honest. Yep, you can use blue. You can use anything you want, whatever, floats your boat. So these are the ones we made. I have to say, I kind of like this one the best. But, even this ribbon worked, even this lace worked. And we didn't think it was going to, but we just glued it down and we put the bow a little higher to kind of hide the center. But yeah, that's it. They're simple, easy to do. You can whip them out in just a few minutes and you get these, and they're all different. That's the best part. If you sit here and use, different kinds of lace, you're going to get all different ones. Sit. Cut this off here. There. This I'm going to put in a bag. This card is ridiculous. Yeah, so I would go with like any kind of lace that you can find, any kind of trim that you can find that has like this pokey pointed end. That's kind of what you're looking for here. Yeah, no two are the same, that's for sure. So let me get this off of here. I hate these things. I hate those big spool things they put on them, you know? It's just ridiculous. Okay. Take this one right there. Gigi's in a mood. Let me get this. So yeah, anything that's got the point, I think, is really the point I'm making. Bag. Need bags to put these in. And you don't have to make it expensive. Like I said, these are from the Dollar Tree. These particular laces, although they come out in February, they are Valentine's laces, but they come out. Let's be honest, they probably come out in December. But truthfully, if you go in and you ask your Dollar Tree if they have them, they'll probably tell you they do in the back, and they'll pull them out for you. No problem.
I understand that one.
Yeah. They're both being weirdos. Okay. Hey. All right. One. Gotta do this. Yeah, you could sew beads on them. You can just do the bows. It's entirely up to you, really. But just really fun stuff that you can do, and they're easy to do. I mean, this is one of those projects that literally you can take with you to go someplace. You know, if you're going to go and sit at the doctor's office and you're going to be there for, you know, God only knows how long you have to wait to see your doctor, you could put this in a small bag, you know, in your purse and take it with you, and you know, make a couple of ornaments while you're there, and worry about taping and all the other stuff later. You know. And like I said, there's 20 of them in here for less than $2, so it's not an expensive craft by any stretch of the imagination. You do need these tin snips, though, or at least really good scissors to cut these open. Because they're a pain in the butt. Sequins. Oh my God. Does anybody know who Scrimpin' Mommy is? I belong to her Facebook group. I joined a lot of Facebook groups, and I belonged to her Facebook group, and I had to laugh because she was on there today ranting about some kind of, you know, is it a conspiracy with not being able to get sequins. She's like, it was like $5 and I got like 4 sequins. She was not happy. And I was laughing. I thought that was hysterical. We got green bow. Blue bow. We gotta do a blue bow, right? Yeah. Okay. Blue bow. And let's see. Ooh, buffalo check. And a different green. she was on there this morning and she was ranting, and it was just, I mean, not really ranting, but where she lives over in the UK, she had a hard time trying to find anything like to find these sequins that she needed, and she was livid. She's like, I can't even believe how expensive it is. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, and I'm putting this together. I'm going to send you guys each a set to be able to make at least 2 of these. Like I said, if you don't use these rings, you can use the regular lock rings, so that you can make these. And we'll call that Happy Mail, since y'all hung out with me. Yeah, it's hard in the UK to get craft supplies. It really is. They just don't have the same kinds of stores that we do. Throw extra oil in there. All right. Some rings. So I'm going to send these to you guys so that you can make your own parties. I'm going to put these pieces in my little bits bin. I mean, you could put anything on this. You could put gems, sequins, pearls, bows. You could put stuff on the bows. You could do it with smaller lace. Like this one is got really big lace, and we did that one little one. You could layer them. Put one on top of the other. That would be adorable. Look at how pretty that is, actually. Maybe even using a different color lace. Maybe, you want to do like white in the back and a red on the front, or green on the front, or blue on the front, or, black. Who knows? But I'm going to package these up, and I'm going to send them out to you guys, so you can make your own. If you would put them in my Facebook group, I would appreciate that. Yeah, they'd be gorgeous layered. But that is the end of our time together. I'm going to go ahead and send these out to you guys because you were the only people here today. So I'm going to send you some free stuff for hanging out with me. We're going to call it Happy Mail. Right? Okay. Michelle, are you up for phone conversations? Very Victorian. You're right. They are kind of Victorian looking. Are you alive for phone conversations, or is like your throat hurting? Yes, ma'am. Okay. So I'm going to get off of here. Listen, if you're new here and you happen to watch this later on, and you're so inclined to subscribe to the channel. Do you need a threader? I'm going to put a threader in each one of these. Makes life so much easier. Yeah, just go ahead and subscribe, and let's see what else. I do weird stuff like this all the time. And I mean, sending little gifts, little craft packages off to viewers who hang out with me. Keep in mind, I am going to be participating in Terry's Crafty Christmas 25. I'm going to get a video up for that just, talks about it and everything here in the near future. And what else? Don't forget, if you want to cyber stalk me, go down to the description box below and click on more. It's going to give you my Instagram, my Etsy store, my Facebook, everything you need to know to cyber stalk me. Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.